Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Freewell wide-angle lens for the DJI Osmo Pocket. Now, for those of you that have seen my previous coverage of the Osmo Pocket, you already know that I think it's one of the most dynamic and flexible, pocketable, at least video cameras that can go with you everywhere. I have it here in the DJI charging carry case, which is a nice accessory but is fairly expensive. I've got an ND filter locked and loaded there, and I just got done using this on a very short vacation, and I had reached out to Freewell, asked them. They've sent me products for review purposes in the past, and I told them I was interested in this wide-angle lens because I had seen some very solid footage from it, and recently DJI finally pushed out a firmware update for the Osmo Pocket that would actually allow the gimbal to balance itself properly with a wide-angle lens like this mounted. No issues with ND filters, since that's something sanctioned directly by DJI. That sounds a little wrong contextually, but it is. So essentially $35 US for this wide-angle lens, and from what I've seen, crispy footage. We're not getting the distortion that you commonly see. I originally covered the Ulanzi wide-angle lens, which was far less expensive. I'm trying to get a thread here without destroying the box. And that is less expensive, but it does come at the cost of the quality of the footage. And one of the biggest pitfalls or shortcomings of the Osmo Pocket, and I assume it's something that will be addressed in the future, is the actual field of view of the device itself. Fairly narrow. This accomplishes, hopefully solves that problem, if that's a problem for you. And for me personally, it was. I mean, I still used the Osmo Pocket a lot. I'm looking if I can open this without ripping the hassle-free packaging, but it looks like I have to. And so I was hoping that eventually somebody would do, an even better job than Ulanzi. And here we seem to have at least based on everything I've seen, a formidable option. And as I mentioned, it's more expensive, but if it's accomplishing what you need from the product, that is the most important thing. So first and foremost, I like their packaging. They're giving you a carrying case that clearly accommodates more than just the wide angle. So if, like me, you also have Freewell ND filters, circular polarizing, whatever it may be, you have access. We have a little bit of paperwork here. I'll take a look at what's inside. So lifetime limited warranty, some branding, some stickers, and that's pretty much it. Now, this has been out of stock for a while, and I think that's because once people saw the quality, because this originally launched, I think, in September, once they saw the quality and then also saw that DJI actually addressed magnetic, by the way, on this case, the problem with the gimbal self-balancing with it on, I think it became a little bit of a coveted item, and a lot of people were out to get it. And I don't blame them because, quite frankly, it's something DJI should have done all on their own. Now, the one thing that is a bit of a downer to this is that you cannot use it, at least to my knowledge, in tandem with any filters. So if you did need this ND filter, the ND8 that I just pulled off, you're going to lose that. So that's the downside. Let me go ahead and just clear this off. And I'm going to show you quickly. I'm going to power up. We should have a charge. After all, it was in the charge case. And so right now, see if I can bring that into focus. You can see the field of view we're capturing pretty much just covers the actual Freewell carry case. But let's go ahead and put on that wide angle and see what we get. Now, you can already see the lens assembly right there, bringing it into focus as best I can. And it doesn't look that much different. I mean, the design is slightly different, but it's really more about, and I'm going to do this while it's powered on, it's really more about, obviously, its performance. And immediately, focus, you will see we're now capturing much more than just the case. Before, we could only fit this case in frame. Now we're getting quite a bit more of the desk, and it's a little blown out by the lighting, and I'm going to test this out though and see what it's like, of course. But again, the beauty of this wide angle adapter or lens adapter, whatever you'd like to call it, is that unlike the Ulanzi that I reviewed in the past, we are not giving up quality at the expense of getting a wider field of view. And right now, for example, bring it into focus, you can see there in the distance I've got my A7R4 in the field of view. Hopefully that is reproducing. It looks like it is. I'm going to pull this off and you'll get another demonstration. So it did tighten up quite a bit. Now what I like about this lens is also the design. I mean, I've yet to use it and I will get there. And of course, we'll update all of you if I really feel that it's as good as advertised and worth the $35. But the extended front end really does make it very easy to, put on and remove. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to test it. After all, as I've been saying, the Osmo Pocket is a favorite of mine. It goes with me everywhere just about. And it doesn't have to be a vacation, doesn't have to be sightseeing, because again, there is nothing else like it. I do hope that we see a new version of this soon. I mean, I've invested quite a bit in the ecosystem for the Osmo Pocket, but for good reason. Nothing else exists that can replace it, except for if you're willing to step up to larger gimbals, which of course I have as well. And there's a time and a place for all of those, but there's nowhere that the Osmo Pocket really can't travel. But, as you build up an arsenal, it becomes less of a pocket and more of a bag, but still a great device. And now, hopefully even better with this combo. I mean, the ND filter pretty much lives on it, but if the wide angle truly delivers, I have a good reason to take that ND filter off. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them at that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.